Hi, my name is Jennifer Mullins. I'm the owner of Mullins Tutoring Incorporated. Today we're going to talk about slope-intercept form. And slope-intercept form is the equation y equals mx plus b, where m is slope. So in my slope video, I discussed how we found slope. And slope is just the change in y over the change in x. And we use that triangle to represent change. So when we find slope, we have two sets of points. We would subtract y2 minus the y1 value and then place it over the x2 value minus the x1 value. Another way to think of slope is rise over run. So every time we go up a certain number, we would go over a certain number. So for the example I'm going to use today, the slope is given as m equals 1/2, and I'm given one set of points, and my points are 2 and 5. So what I'm going to do is take my slope-intercept form and plug in the numbers that I have over here for the y equals mx plus b. So we're going to plug the 5 in for y equals the slope of 1/2 times 2, my x value, plus b. And now we want to solve for b. So the first thing I want to do is multiply 1/2 times 2, and 1/2 of 2 is 1, plus b. Now whenever I have variables on and numbers, I want to get my variables on one side and my numbers on the other. So I'm going to subtract 1 since it's being added on this side, and I'm always going to do the opposite sign. And I'm going to subtract 1 from 5. So b is equal to 4. So my equation for this line where my slope is 1/2 and my points on that graph are 2 and 5 would be y equals 1/2 x plus 4, which is my b value. So if I took a set of points and wanted to graph them using this equation, I would just create my values. So I'd have my x and y values, and my x values I'm going to use are -2, 0, 2, and 4. So I'm going to take this equation to solve for my y value. So my first one I'm going to do is y equals 1/2 of -2 plus 4. So y is equal to -1 plus 4, which would be 3. So when x is -2, y is 3. I'm going to go through and do it with my other values. So when x is 0, I want to solve. So 1/2 of 0 is 0 plus 4. So my value for y in this equation would be 4. So when x is 0, y is 4. Now we want to just replace my x value, and I'm going to replace it with the 2. Now that was what we had used in our original point. So what I know that when x is 2, y is going to be 5. And then my last value that I have for this equation is 4. So 1/2 of 4 is 2, and 2 plus 4 equals 6. So now I have my x values and my y values, and I can plot them on the graph. So when x is -2, y is going to be 3. When x is 0, y is going to be 4. When x is 2, y is going to be 5. And when x is 4, y is going to be 6. So now that I've got all the points on, I'm just drew a line to connect all of the points, which continue in both directions. And what the slope tells me is that every time I go up 1, I'm going over 2 places. So I'm up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. I hope this has been helpful. If you need more help, please feel free to contact me at mullinstutoring.net.